Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessing. I'm gonna give y'all some time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. First things first, you already know. Hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Thursday. Hopefully everybody was smoothly able to get through the workday. I know for some of y'all, your kids are on spring break. Hopefully, they had a safe spring break. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying the weather. James, what's going on, my guy? I see the coffee cups in the chat. I see the coffee cups. And for those who are about to be on spring break, I believe this upcoming week, again, hopefully, your kids are safe. Hopefully, they enjoy themselves. Whatever events might be going on, hopefully, y'all get yourselves together. Hopefully, y'all enjoy yourselves. Um, I know Easter is this weekend, and again, for those who celebrate or for those who might be with family, hopefully, y'all have a joyous and blessed Sunday. Try to make the best of it. I believe the weather's supposed to be almost in the 70s. So, while the weather is starting to get nicer, for those who need to hear it, start getting out more. Start getting into more events. You know, appreciate everybody that tuned in Monday for the brief conversation and music. We definitely had a great time, and like I said, I'm gonna be most likely chiming in again on that light conversation on another date. Could be if not tomorrow, most likely Saturday. Again, appreciate everybody who popped in. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Um, but for those who missed it, y'all can definitely catch the replay. If it sounds like I'm on a little time delay, I think I am, but I'm also trying out these streaming earbuds, so before I get crazy. But for those who missed fun and festivities on Monday, y'all can catch the replay. Tonight's title, clear as day, money or love, choose wisely. Title speaks for itself. Um, in this day and age, in the world that we in right now, there are a lot of different things that are, in my opinion, contributing to a lot of broken relationships, marriages. In some cases, it's possibly blocking somebody from, finding the right type of person. Now, what should be important is love, especially when you find the right person. That love is undying. That love is forever burning. Love is supposed to be just that, fire and desire, especially with the person that you're building with. Bud Five, what's going on? DDW. Now, Let's be real. Um, Love should be more important than money. See, this the thing. Money comes and goes. Money could be replaced. Love can't be replaced. Drill, baby. And that's true. You know, the things that people think money can buy, they can't buy it. Riders, baby. Now again, money can buy you clothes. Money can pay your rent. Money can buy you cars. Money can get you things that you necessarily need as far as necessity, you know. But money can't buy love. That's the one thing people fail to realize. Money can't buy love. It sounds good on paper, but it's not good in reality. Because again, love is a bond that's formed between two people. When you're clicked in with somebody who is basically giving you what you need, that person is giving you peace, giving you solace, that person is giving you, you know, not just wisdom, but also uplifting you and encouraging you. You found the right piece. What will mess that up is when you allow money to interfere with everything. Chrissy, baby, Brown, you don't know, my guy. But this is what I'm saying. You know, money is good for some things, but it's not good for everything. Money is not the end all be all. But in some cases, it'll be the end all be all. It mess up whatever you got done. Whatever motion you think you might have, it'll probably be second guessed. Because prime example, with the dating scene right now, and we've seen and heard a lot of different scenarios. The problem in some cases is people worried about financial. You don't even fully know a person yet, but you want to know every personal detail, their credit score, how much they make a year. Now, it's one thing when you ask somebody what their profession is, because that's a question that normally comes up. Angela, baby, what's popped up in here? My bad, y'all. But yeah, it's like it's certain things you shouldn't be asking until you know you are possibly going to be building with that person. Or if y'all already made it official, then yeah, you know. But if I'm just getting to know you, or if I'm just having a first date with you, there's certain questions that should be off the table because again, that's getting too personal. What is it your business how much I make a year? What is it your business about my credit score? If we possibly might not even have a second or third date. Like I said, the way things are right now, the game has been turned upside down. Some of it by social media, others is just by influence, which is corny because you are essentially responsible for what you place in your life. If you want to have love, you gotta make sure that the person you're locking in with, y'all both on the same page. Not saying everything is gonna be perfect because nothing in life is perfect, but You should be trying to work on making sure that that person you with doesn't feel a type of way or doesn't feel alienated. Or you got to also make sure that, again, you are willing to ride or die with that person until the very end. Some of y'all are quick to leave off the rip, which is a problem. Because if it's a slight problem in a relationship or even in a marriage, as adults, y'all supposed to sit down and have this conversation. Serious, baby. Y'all already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And yeah, the link is pinned in case anybody want to chime in later. But again, yeah, money could buy you all the necessities that you think you need, but it can't buy you love. It can't buy somebody's affection. It can't buy any of that because just as quick as it's there, it could be gone. Like I said, some of y'all idolizing and focusing on money more than you focusing on general happiness. And it shows even in the dating field. I believe some of y'all are not out here looking for your significant other. Some of y'all are just looking for an easy come up. And it's sad because, again, the whole goal and purpose of you even being on this earth is to find your counterpart, procreate, and again, just keep the life cycle going, keep the family tree growing and blossoming. But again, some of y'all are so focused on money, you blocking your blessings or you missing out on good things. And I think that's the problem. Because again, yeah, my bad, yeah, my bad. I done muted myself by mistake, my bad. But yeah, this is the problem. Like some of you ladies are always focusing on the man's financial. But y'all don't ask the simple question. What happens if that man has a bad period where he's not as stable financially? If all it takes is for that person not being able to do something for you financially, if that's the reason why you would get up and leave, then it shows that you wasn't looking for all the things you said you was looking for to begin with. You can't sit here and say you're looking for love. You can't sit here and say that you're looking for happiness, but then the same token, you are willing to walk away from that possible happiness because that person can't do something for you. It makes no sense. Some of y'all preach all day, every day about you want a leader, a provider, and a protector. But when that person comes along, you refuse to relinquish that role. You refuse to just say, you know what, let me let things play out. Let me go with the flow of things. At some point, you got to remember a leader is going to have to take control of things. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's not controlling behavior like some of y'all would say. and that's not narcissistic. A leader of any genre or anything in life is going to have to take control at certain points. Somebody let me know when I said something wrong. Prime example. A leader of a basketball squad at some point is going to have to take charge. So that means if he has to take the last couple shots, if he has to try to set up plays for his team to come back from a loss, or if he just has to be that leader that everybody follows and gets in line with, then that's what he's going to do. A leader is going to have to steer the ship. It's just like the captain of the ship. The captain has to be driving the boat. James number 8, what's going on, my guy? But let some of y'all tell you that's a form of narcissism. That's control. No, that's just the leader doing what they naturally are supposed to do. The leader of the house, prime example. What you think? The leader of the house has to lay down the ground rules, but also, let it be known this is what is expected. But some of y'all will sit here and say that's being too controlling. That's being a dictator and all this other nonsense. It is not. Again, every leader has to take control at some point. Because if that leader doesn't take control, if that leader doesn't lead his team to victory, what you think gonna happen? So again, when it comes to certain roles and certain things in life, some of y'all have to stop thinking that it's about control and it's about narcissism when it's not. You gotta stop that. Prime example. The reason why I said, you should be seeking love more than money is because again, money gonna come and go. You're not gonna always have a rich moment in life. You're not always gonna be on top financially. But as a team, you're supposed to pull together. And in this case nowadays, the minute one person is not doing as much as they can be doing or what they was doing, people get up and leave. Like, come on, man. How is it about love when all you showing is that you care about money? I'm gonna give a good example. Yeah, I remember that live stream I was telling you about the lady that left her husband and divorced him while he was down and out. He was a medical doctor. He got sick. I believe he had got cancer. I believe he had got cancer. He felt real ill. Basically, he was out of commission. Now, my thing is, you married this man. When this man was up, when this man was doing everything, you don't want to leave. But the minute he couldn't do certain things, the minute he couldn't work, the minute bills was starting to pile up a little bit, you up and jump ship. You left that man at his lowest point, and now you regretted it. And there's a lot of people that do that. You will be with somebody, everything could be on the up and up, but the minute certain things happen, you quick to leave. So how much love could you have for somebody if you quick to leave? See, the thing is, you don't want to get married for all the wrong reasons. Denise, baby, appreciate you for dropping those late series, baby. Working hard in this damn space heater, baby. But yeah, like, come on now. If that man never cheated on you, never beat on you, If he was doing everything he was supposed to be doing as a husband and a provider and all of that, how did you end up leaving that man because he fell ill? How could you call yourself loving somebody when you leave them at their lowest point? It goes to show with some people, you will only get married or worried about marriage if it's for the title alone, or it's just to say that you did it, or for the benefits. But you're not willing to participate in trying to keep those benefits going. And what do I mean by that? That means, regardless to what the financial situation is, you should be locked in with your husband or with your wife. What are you supposed to be locked in? Because y'all want to use the traditional wedding vows, right? I could have sworn it says to cherish and to hold, right? And sickness and health, right? For better or for worse, right? These are the key words and the key factors of a traditional marriage vow, right? And it's a lot of people failing that test right there. You're already breaching contract. Because once you marry somebody, no matter what the situation is, you're supposed to be able to come together to the table and work things out. I don't seem like that though. Like I said, it's crazy. You are supposed to be marrying somebody because you truly love that person. And that also means no matter what, again, happens in life while y'all married, y'all supposed to be able to work things out. Not I'm gonna leave because I'm unhappy personally, or not I'm gonna leave because of somebody else's actions as far as outside interference, people plugging your ear up, saying this and doing that. No. If you truly value and love somebody, you won't allow nothing to destroy that. But the sad part about everything is, again, the simplest thing that y'all supposed to be abiding by, or that y'all supposed to be honoring, you're not honoring. Because again, for better or for worse stands for what it means. That means if we go on financial hardships, if we end up going homeless, God forbid, if anything happens, even within the realms of the family, we are supposed to stay together and make this work. Because it's not just a binding contract between me and you. It's a binding contract for the creator himself. And see, some people don't want to hear that. Some people will disregard it. But again, you are breaching a contract. It's not just a contract between you and your significant other. It's a contract between you, that significant other, and the higher power. But fellas, I'm gonna tell you this: if you are in a good position where you're financially stable, where you need to be at, you continue to focus on your goal at hand. And if you are going to put somebody in your life, make sure that person is with you for you and not what you can do for them. Ladies, if you really are truly seeking to find somebody that fits your that quote unquote fits your program. Some of y'all gonna have to loosen up. And when I say loosen up, I mean loosen up with the unreasonable and downright just dastardly list that you got. I'm calling it a dastardly list because it seems like they always want to add something extra to what's already there. If you got the main things on your list for your dish, right? If this was cooking, if you got your main ingredients, you don't need nothing else. The most you got to do is just get the cooking. Now, let me, baby. Healing prayers, sis. My fault is I gotta catch up with the whole. My bad, y'all. So first time I could say I was honestly not fully paying attention, but I'm in the zone because I feel like this is the problem right now. You know, the problem again is what are you getting married for? Is it for the love or is it for the money? For some people, it is the love because it's truly genuine love there. Because the two people who decided to jump the broom have been through the test of time. They've shown time and time and again that they could be there for each other on all levels and that they actually care for each other. And for those who might be just tuning in, yeah, healing prayers and condolences, sis. Naomi, you already know you fam, so like I said, anytime you need the vent or anytime you need the whatever we had, healing prayers to everybody who did lose somebody recently. See, that's the thing. This is why I have these types of talks and conversations. Because again, in some cases, the people can resonate with these things. And the people that can't, oh well, but at least they still getting something out of it. Another prime example of me asking, are y'all searching for love or are you searching for money? Now, here's the reason why I said the money will always be an issue. Because if that's your sole focus, everything that you touch at some point is going to burn to the ground. That lust and that greed for money will always be your downfall. Money is the root of all evil, yes, but that's only if you truly put that above everything, like I said before. If you put money above your family, your morals, or your values, then yeah, it's evil. But you have people who have been successful and also been humble. When you come in from humble beginnings and you working your way up the ladder, your blessings will still be tenfold, which is a good thing. You know, and I also said this though: know what you are actually doing before you do it, because again, some of y'all want to be married, you want to have the title of being married, but the minute things start going a little bit off course, you ready to leave. Like again, I've always felt this. If you're gonna leave me because you might have to downgrade from a big house to a smaller house, or If you're gonna up and leave me because you're personally unhappy with what's going on in your own life and you refuse to talk to me, that shows that you really didn't honor or care about anything. You only want the benefits. You already know, D. Healing and healing and strengthening prayers for everybody again that lost people or that celebrating would be birthdays and anniversaries. Trust me, I got a few already I done been dealing with. Another reason why I haven't been going live as much. Like I said, life be life. So, you know, it's gonna be a rough week, a rough month, or a rough year for a lot of people. But again, healing prayers and strengthening prayers are definitely due for all of you who need it. Like I said, we family here, so if anytime anybody going through something, you already know what it is. This is what this platform is built for. It's built for everything. And again, if anytime y'all need to vent, even if you got to pop up on the panel, you're more than welcome. I just, I like the way things are flowing, you know. And again, the people who have been a real inspiration, not just the ones that's been in the chat, ones that's been in the background watching, even in the haters. Hey, y'all make this what it is. And I'm always going to try to keep this a solid ground for talks and anything else along the way. And as a matter of fact, I think I am going to do a different discussion on Saturday. I think everybody could relate, so I definitely have the link pin for that live as well. But yeah, if you are only marrying somebody just for the financial perks, at some point it's going to bite you in the ass. Excuse me to say it that way, but it will. Because at some point, it's also going to be karma that's coming around. My thing is, you shouldn't be trying to be married or find love if the only thing you're worried about is the money, 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 money. Because just as soon as you can get that money, you can end up losing that money and going broke. So again, what are you settling for? Are you going to settle for love or are you going to settle for money? Just know if you settle for money, at some point the well will run dry and you're going to have to start back over again. I honestly feel this. Some people want to be with a finished product instead of actually being with that person while they building the product. I honestly feel if you're going to be married, you need to be married because you are locked in with that partner of yours. And I'm not even going to say partner, fuck that. If you locked in with your future husband or your future wife, then again, y'all have to be on the same page. Things have to take its natural order. And again, it shouldn't always just be about the money. See, like prime example, some of y'all messing up your own relationships and marriages because you want too much. And in some cases, you gotta think about it. If a person is doing all they can to make you happy and you still unhappy, that's a problem. That means you have a broken issue that you definitely need to fix. And you're gonna have to fix it because you're gonna mess around and damage everything that you quote unquote was looking for. And I'm sorry, but it's time to start changing the mindset. If you claim you're looking for love, then let it find you or let you find it and let it be organic. And when you do find love, if you're lucky to find it the first time around, you do everything in your power to clinch onto that. And if you say you're going to build with a person, if you say you're going to grow with a person, then make sure that's exactly what you're doing. Some of y'all leaving your relationships and marriages again because you're listening to friends and family instead of listening to your own heart and your own instinct. That right there will cause an issue. In some cases, it will definitely show an issue because if you're not willing to defend me when you know you should be defending me, then I already know what time it is. Down the road, it's going to get worse. And in some cases, people will look at you sideways. It's not just single people keeping people single, it's miserable people keeping people single. And I think that's the problem. Again, you have to follow your own gut instinct. You know, if you chose to be with somebody because you truly, genuinely love them and you really want to be with them, then do everything in your power to make sure you stay with them until the end. Now you right on that, serious. My fault. I'm just catching up with the chat. If I missed anybody, my bad. Yeah, I was in the zone again. Carmen is spinning the block. Honestly speaking, these people need to heal themselves first in order to commensurate. That's the truth. But that's like that any type of ring. You know, my thing is that's just like even if you haven't been in a relationship at all yet, you should know exactly what you're looking for. And then once you think you found it, or once you know for a fact you found it, then you do what's necessary. The goal overall is to have a long, withstanding marriage or relationship. But most of y'all say at one point y'all was trying to go for the goal, which is marriage. So when you do find somebody that fits that other piece of you and gives you that piece that you've been looking for, what's stopping you from keeping that? Yeah, again, a lot of y'all will choose or make the wrong decisions just based off of everybody else's opinions and views. But your opinion and your view and your fact is what should really count for anything. Your family might not like the person you chose, but it's still solely your decision. And if that person is actually a good fit for you, then you stand up to the mantle and you do what's necessary. Because to be quite honest, most people fail to realize that. You might not want something for somebody else, but again, that's still that person's decision. Like we've seen family, oh, I don't know why you ever married this person, but if that person is making that person generally happy overall, they not arguing and fighting every day, they on the same level, they on the same page with things, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing to keep everything intact. They truly love each other. How are you mad because that person chose who they chose? It doesn't make sense. But this is some of the things you will get. Sometimes it don't be family that be in your ear about whatever. Sometimes it could be your close friends. Sometimes it could even be outsiders looking in. But again, it's solely about your choice, your decision, because you're the one that's going to have to live with that regardless. Hence why I asked again, it's more important, money or love. If you choose the money, your greed, your envy, and your selfish ambitions will mess up everything that you claim you looking forward for or looking forward to. Again, the choice is solely yours. Times have changed from the traditional days. Some of these people choose money over love and then complain later about she doesn't love me. That's a fact, so but see that's the thing though. That's another reason why so you took the words right out of my mouth. It'd be that same type of talk right there, you know? That same type of talk will mess you up all the time. Like I said, some people double speak and then they mess themselves up. And I think that's the honestly believe that's just poor judgment at the end of the day. Because don't cry about it was all about the money. You know it was solely about love. And this is what I'm saying. Some of y'all confuse money and love. Hence why you mess yourselves up. You only love the fact that that person could do so much for you, but when that person can't do something, even if it's just temporary, you ready to leave. So how does that work? That's what I'm saying. You know, it's simple logic because There was a time and an age where it wasn't solely about what this person could do for you. It was more about could this person protect you? Would this person love and cherish you? And if they're gonna be willing to go the distance if need be. Again, the provider, the protector, and the leader. This is solely what y'all be looking for, right? But when you have men who have those qualities already, you're missing out on a lot. See, I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of influencers that even come on these platforms and give the same old rhetorics about, oh, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. I'm not that person. I just call it down the middle and I speak logically because I've had experience. And again, no matter what, the main thing you should always remember is that you're supposed to have respect for that person you building with. Jared, what's going on, my guy? I mean, let's be real. You could be up to date and could be down tomorrow. But I'm quite sure if you have that right person next to you, or if you do got the right person next to you, it's not going to feel as bad. You want to know why? Because that person is going to be able to uplift you. That person is going to be able to just be able to calm everything. You know, put things into perspective for you. They might say something. They might actually do something that actually raises your spirit up, keeps you high level. Now you're not feeling as bad, even if you are going through a tough time, because you got somebody there that's going to be there for you during that tough time. But these people will come on here and tell you, oh, if this person ain't doing this for you, then you don't need to be doing this. And I say this because let's be real. Some of y'all listening to some of these influencers, and this is not just young folks, this is older folks too. Like I said, I call everything down the middle. And it's true. Y'all listening to influencers that are only giving you the negative side of shit. They're not telling you the positive. They're not even telling you the full story. Fubu, baby. They're not even telling you the full story. But they'll have y'all believe, especially some of y'all younger women, they'll have y'all believing like if this person doesn't do this for you, then they don't truly love you or they truly don't want to be with you. Hey, it's nonsense. Again, follow your own instinct. See, like I said, they got the dating game and even the relationship game messed up. You're bugging. You're bugging if you think that it's only about money when it comes down to finding love. I ain't say this in a while, excuse my language, but I ain't say this in a while. Y'all bear with me, y'all. Y'all need to stop smoking rocks. For real. Because there's no way in the hell you can tell somebody that, oh, if this person don't do this for you, then they truly not fit to be for you. And no, you giving them all sorts of wrong advice. Some of y'all sitting here saying that, oh, if he don't spend this on the first date, then that's a person that look here. When you trying to find true love, you ain't worried about that shit. You worried about if this person is mentally stable. You're worried about if this person can hold a position as far as work is concerned, just to be on the safe side. But you also want to make sure this person can hold the conversation. to uplift you in the darkest of times. That person is going to be there for you. That person will do what's necessary for you, even if it ain't every day. You still going to want to make sure that is the type of person you want to build with. You want somebody who's truly invested in you. And if that person is showing you through actions and not just words, you need to follow your instinct and don't follow no damn influencer. Because what didn't work for them might actually work for you. Yo, baby, I see you up here, sis. Y'all already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, come on now. It's solely about what you feel. And if you feel that you locked in with a person just like they locked in with you, never mind those negative outside interference. Focus on trying to keep your thing intact. It's good to take some advice only if that advice is really going to be helpful. But if you don't let it need to be fixed, leave everything alone. I mean, it's only right. Come on, man. Yeah, y'all can laugh at the audio all you want to. It's all good. I can take a laugh. But all in all, though, I mean, it's just real rap. I mean, come on, man. What's so important? Finding love and balance, or just finding money and headaches? And that's the thing. And it's not even just online. I'll be real with you. I see this shit happening in the streets all the time. Things that look like it was going to be good getting ruined because you got either miserable friends, you got miserable family, or just miserable people around you in general. They miserable because they don't have no motion or no traction though. But again, you should follow what works for you. And that's the thing. If you know for a fact you feeling everything right, don't mess it up just because. I can see if the person cheated or if the person was abusive. Then yeah, don't be with that. But everything else, no, can't do that. Can't sit here and listen to everybody about your relationship. You got to figure out what works for your relationship in order for you to get to that promised land, which is marriage. The days of listening to everybody else should be over. Listen to yourself for once. If you're not listening to yourself, you know what you're doing? You sabotaging yourself, whether you believe it or not. Self sabotage is the worst sabotage. Again, when you feel like you're locked in with somebody and that person is definitely showing through actions that they really are, you know, trying to build something with you or even trying to go to the next level, you gotta be number one, ready mentally and spiritually for that. when you've truly gotten to know somebody and that person definitely fits your bill, and again, this is on both ends. You do everything to stay locked in and don't mess up a good thing. Let that have a great time, is baby. I hope you don't leave out the chat yet. You still owe everybody some taco salad. You know, and that's the thing though. If you're locked in, it's beautiful because it's you and that person against the world. You truly locked in with each other. Y'all got the way to, like I said, calm each other down when y'all angry, uplift each other when you're at your down moments. Somebody that you can actually look at every day and just be happy that you got that. That should be the best feeling in the world for some. Like I said, if you gonna get married for all the right reasons. Money shouldn't be that main thing. The love of money and the greed of money will also corrupt anything good you got going, like I said before. It will. Nobody should have to worry about coming home and arguing, fighting, and cursing. At the end of a long day, y'all both are supposed to be happy that y'all home safe and that you're able and blessed to have another day with your loved one and you unwind the way you're supposed to unwind. You deal with what you got to deal with, and then y'all come to the table and relax. Yo, I'm seeing the question right now. My bad. Hold on. Let me make sure I didn't miss nothing. Um, make sure I didn't miss nothing. You know, but this is what I'm saying. Yo, I can answer that right now. The reason again is because they are worried about what everybody thinks. It's almost like validation, basically. My bad, y'all. I had to come out for a second, but yeah. Um, that's because some people are insecure when it comes down to what others think. I'm gonna give you a prime example. I never listened or worried about anybody's views and opinions when it came down to who I'm deciding to do anything with. I've been like that since I was younger. Hey, if I feel like I'm locked in with somebody and everything is genuine, I ain't listening to nobody. I don't care. Oh, you shouldn't be with that one because this. Oh well, I'm gonna be with them. And that's how I've been. When it comes to certain things in life, you never let nobody, I don't care who it is, dictate your movement. Your movement is for you. You can't move in nobody else's shoes. Neither can they move in yours. So again, some people are so hell bent on the validation of friends, family, and outsiders that sometimes they would self sabotage themselves, listening to the wrong nonsense. There's some people who kicking themselves now. You accuse your partners of cheating, and then find out they wasn't cheating at all. Now that person gone and you upset. Or my personal favorite, and this is seeming to be a new modern day thing now. This person didn't buy you something or get you something. Now you upset. Now you being childish. I've seen this happen. You get mad because the person ain't do this for you or do this for you, and then you start talking bad about them. And then some people even come on social media and do that shit. They'll come on here and talk bad about the person just because they didn't want to spend their money on it. It's their money. What's up? Excuse my language, but it's their money. If they ain't going to spend it on you, they going to spend it on you. It's not, hey, it is what it is. Can't get mad about that. But then here you go, oh, y'all broke, y'all dusty, y'all unemployed, y'all say all the wildest shit out y'all mouth, and it don't even be true. And if it is true, you must be talking about that bottom 20% because the other 80, we ain't in that bracket. So my whole thing is again, how are you getting upset because that person doesn't want to spend something on you? What have you done for that person to even spend something on you? You know, that's what I'm saying. Come on now. Oh, they broke, they dusty, they don't this, they don't this. No, it's their money. And how can they be broke, dusty, or how can they be all of these other things y'all want to say when again, you're the one that's looking for the handout. And I'm gonna say if it don't apply, let it fly. But you can't do that. You can't sit here and call somebody broke or call somebody dusty because they didn't want to spend money on you. You the one that's looking broke and dusty because if you feel like you that independent and that boss, babe, I'm sick of hearing that shit. Why are you still looking for somebody to pay and cover your taxes? You a grown up. Ain't you supposed to be taking care of your own business? Somebody let me know when I said something wrong. Because this modern day thinking is really messing up the melting pot of everything. Again, when you are locked in with somebody, it's not just for the money, it's for the love, it's for the being there through the good and bad, for the overall growth, for the overall love and affection. It's solely about just having that one person that truly means something to you and even giving you the best of blessings. That's what it's supposed to be about. I said I'm old school, but again, it's up to you. It's up to you what you want to choose in life. Now, again, if you want to choose love, you need to choose wisely. You can't just give love to any and everybody. And if you are going to love somebody, love them for the things that they do and acknowledge the things that they do. And it needs to be coming from a genuine place. Some of y'all are losing out on good people because you don't acknowledge all the good that has been done. You only worry about the negative. It's not a good look. Or some of y'all will do the utmost and again try to go through the highest levels and try to put that person down and talk foul about it. And again, it goes to show the maturity level. Like it's time to go back to the traditional ways of things because this modern day thing it ain't working out for nobody. It really ain't. Not working out for nobody or no levels. And for the people that it is working for, that's only because they still have the old tradition. We could be living in the modern day world, but we can still keep it traditional. And that's what's keeping a lot of the other marriages and relationships on solid ground. People are locked in and not listening to nobody outside of them two people who are most likely going to be spending the rest of their lives together. So, got to be real with that, man. So, again, one question remains: what are you seeking? Are you seeking love or are you seeking love? And I would say, in any level, you still have to be careful and be very cautious of things because whenever the spirit don't feel right, you're not going to feel right. But if you don't feel no ill spirit, you don't feel nothing is going to be a problem or a gray area or anything along those lines for that matter, then hey, once you lock in, go for the gusto. It should be a clear choice, you know. It should be a clear choice that love is always going to outweigh money. That love could be long lasting. Again, if y'all are both on the same page, and you have to be willing to work with each other. Again, it's a team effort. Relationship, marriage, it's a team effort. In my opinion, Mo, I'm not gonna lie to you. It should honestly be about love because again, money and financials that's gonna come with the territory. You shouldn't just be seeking money all the time. And especially, for example, some of these people that look for it, they don't do non constructive with it. You're not even trying to say, well, you know what, let me put this to the side just in case. That's what I'm saying. Some people are looking for all the wrong things when it comes down to building a future with somebody. You need to look for the right thing, you know? But again, it's solely about choosing correctly, choosing the correct person that you could build with and that you could solidly grow a foundation with. But some people have missed out on that. They missed out on it the first time around because again, listening to everybody else. Oh, if this person got money, then you should go mess with this person. And that's like prime example. You want to choose money, right? You want to choose money over the love. Who do you think is going to be your better option? Is it going to be the hustler that's getting it, or is it going to be the quote unquote blue collar worker or the six figure dude? You'll know what the better option is. But then again, it ain't no real difference. You want to know why? Because that six figure nigga could still go to jail just like the regular dope dealer. Ain't no difference. So blessed, baby. Never forget that. You want to choose money. You want to try to choose either or side, right? But either or side still has a possibility of going to jail, especially if there's some sort of scam involved. So just remember that part. The best way, in my opinion, to build a strong, cemented relationship or even get to that form of marriage is again, you got to be able to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly together. Neither one should be running away from each other every time there's a problem. You should sit down and have an adult conversation like they're supposed to and work on things from there. We know not every moment of a relationship or a marriage is going to be happy times. You're going to get some sad times. Might get some angry times. Might get some confusing times. Might get some joyous occasions. But in the same token, if you're still with that person through and through, then that should tell you something. See, when a person loves you for you, you know it. You don't just feel it, you know it. When a person is willing to do as much as possible, not just to keep you happy, but to make sure that everything is on solid ground, can't get no better than that. When that person is uplifting you to the highest levels, when that person is supporting you all around the board, that person is doing the things that are necessary, you will want to stay locked in. It should be a clear choice. But everybody is entitled to their views and opinions. Everybody is entitled to move the way they see fit. It's your life. But to be quite honest, if you say you're looking for love, then again, money shouldn't be the main focus. The main thing that should be a thing is the respect level more than anything. Is that person going to respect you like you respect them? Is that person going to care for you the way you care for them? Is that person going to honor you the way you're going to honor them? Everything like you say in the wedding vows, if you do decide to take it to that level, should not be breached at all. Let that sizzle in your spirit for a little bit. I don't usually do all the relationship talks and advice like that. And when I do, I just come at it from a logical perspective. Might not agree with my perspective, but it's my perspective. And again, this is the problem that we see nowadays. People don't respect others' views and opinions. But also, views and opinions could be your downfall, especially when it does come to what you're building as far as the love is concerned. So don't forget that part either. You should be choosing love over money any day because, again, that love that you have with that person, that's a bond that can't be broken. Some of us want to know why the OGs that we know nowadays are still married to this day. It's because, again, everybody played their parts. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about cars. It wasn't about this. Not as much as it is now. Because I can remember a time when, prime example, for those who loved the cars, there was a time where it didn't matter. If you had a set of wheels, you was good to go. Nowadays, y'all focusing on all the brand stuff. But y'all not focusing on, again, the caliber of person you're supposed to be building with. I come with my cup full. My cup is running over. What comes out the cup is yours. And the cup is mine. I got to keep my cup full. People will violate you if you don't set clear boundaries. Fact. My fault. I'm catching up with the chat. I'm making sure I didn't misread or see something. Okay, I'm good. I had to make sure I didn't bypass anything because I was in the zone, y'all. My bad. But see, when you get a conversation like this from me, that's because, again, I've been through it. I went through it. I don't give advice because my advice don't work for everybody. My advice might run on deaf ears. I don't give those type of criticals because, again, it's just common sense. For anybody that's truly ever been in any form of relationship, situationship, anything along those lines, you should know who you really are vetting out when you're doing either or. But again, if that person is showing you through action what it is, then hey, do what's necessary. If y'all both come to that agreement, then you build solid. Again, if your spirit don't feel right about it, then you need to move it along and find something that will make you feel right. Carolina, what's going on, my guy? spiritual code of conduct. Don't accept the unacceptable and don't tolerate or accommodate what doesn't value you. That's an old fact. So I didn't say it that way. But if a person is showing you through actions and through careful execution that they really are trying to move forward with you, then let it flow naturally. Don't rush the process. Let things flow naturally. But again, if you know what you're looking for, and if you know exactly what you need, and if you don't add nothing extra to it, 9 out of 10, you're gonna find something that is great for you. It'll be a great fit. But a lot of you will block your own blessings because you're not willing to, just keep it reasonable. You can't get everything out the damn supermarket. Let it be real. You can't get everything out the supermarket. I don't care how much you think you can, you're not going to be able to get everything off of all them shelves. You can't buy out a supermarket unless you that rich. So, come on, let's be real. If you got a set list, especially if you know for a fact you can't buy the whole supermarket, because where you going to put all that food at? You take in your daily portions of what you need. But if you got the main ingredients again for what you need for that dinner, no need for you to go extra. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's time for people to really stop worrying about validation from others. It's about self validation more than anything. If you are locked in with somebody and that person is definitely the right fit for you, and you'll know when somebody's the right fit for you. If there's no if, ands, or buts, no doubts in your mind about it, then you're going to stay locked in no matter what. If y'all want those stories like how the OGs have it, 40, 50, 60 years down the line, maybe. If willing, shoot, you have to be locked in with that person. And again, respect is before anything. Because without respect, there is no love. Without love, there will be doubt. And again, it could possibly end and ruin something that could have been one of the greatest things. John, what's going on? See you up in here, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying, y'all. It's about that time. It's about that time for you to start listening to yourself. What works for you, what could work for you in the future, that's solely up to you. Yeah, take the critical advice that you need to take, especially if you feel like, again, that's going to help you. But anything else, if you basically locked in, you good to go. I'm sorry, but the days of listening to all of these quote unquote gurus and experts, or just listening to your friends and family, that should be over with. Like I said, listen to the helpful advice, yes. Everything else, solely your decision. It's not rocket science. Like some of y'all won't be with somebody because of looks, and I think that's another thing. Because I can remember, even in that good book, so some of y'all want to go and always use that as a quotation for certain things. There was, there was what beautiful, ugly, and all sorts of people back in the day, just as well as it is today. The only difference is again, they was going more off of the person's character, not the looks and the money, not the benefits. It was truly about finding somebody that fits your mold. That was it. Nowadays, somebody can influence you or put a bug in your ear and that'll start messing up things. Come on now. When are y'all really going to start listening to your inner self? It's just a good question. Some people are going to do that. They're going to follow their gut more than anything. Because again, it's their decision. It's their life. They have to live it. Nobody else can live it for them. Nobody else can walk in their shoes. Just like they can't walk in the next person's shoes. But, again, don't fix what ain't broken. Because you're only going to make things worse. Or if you fix it, it ain't going to run the same. So it's critical nowadays for y'all to just listen to your gut. If this person is not giving you any form, and I mean any form of doubt at all, that they're a good person, stay with that person. When you go through your tough times, you work it out. But it's only going to happen if you sit there and talk with each other and not at each other. And also, a fair warning for some, stop bringing all your personal relationship business onto social media. This is how you're going to keep getting all these different views and opinions. And then some of y'all get swayed by the comments and everything else. No, your personal business should be your personal business. And that's it. One thing I won't do is shrink the fence to someone else's comfort zone. Most people don't value what's in front of them. Well, that's a fact. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to change who you are. You're not supposed to compromise anything. You're supposed to just be you and find that person that best fits you. It's not about fitting in zones. It's about completing a puzzle. You're already one valuable piece of a puzzle. When you find that other valuable piece, it's complete. Everything else will balance out. But hey, I ain't no relationship expert, no none of that. I'm just giving my clear view and opinion from a logical aspect. And again, taking this from somebody who's been there, I know the main thing that counts for anything when you're building on any level is respect more than anything. Because respect is going to come over money, over love, loyalty, and everything. Because if you don't respect yourself, you're not going to respect your partner. Straight up. So I ain't going to hold y'all. The link is pinned in case anybody want to chime in. Um, and my bad for pushing this conversation back the way I did. Like I said, just been a real busy couple weeks, you know. But when you get these type of conversations, I'm gonna be on one. That's what's so authentic about these conversations. These are logical conversations that I have with everybody. Don't be with somebody that you know ain't for you. Like I said, you'll know through actions when somebody is truly for you. And when they have already basically checked off everything that you need on that important list, then you do everything possible to lock in and stay locked in until the end of time. So, but like I said, the link is pinned in case anybody want to chime in. Wasn't going to be too crazy tonight. You know, plantation flow as always, but I had to have this conversation because it's been pushed back a little bit too much. And again, life be life, and so shoot. Like I said, whether it's every day or every other day, you all want to get a conversation one way or another. And that's the thing. If you don't respect yourself, if you don't love yourself, if you can't embrace who you are overall, you're gonna always have a problem when it comes down to finding somebody. Again, don't let nothing else damage or destroy whatever it is you're building with somebody. And in some cases, if it's not meant to be, that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Still gotta remember, as long as you're breathing, as long as you blessed to be here another day above ground, you're gonna always have options and opportunities to find something that best fits your program. But you also have to remember this too. In some cases, you can't keep yourself locked in. You can't always be on defense. You gotta be willing to bend a little when need be. Other than that, if you truly are locked in with somebody, hey, don't let nobody else destroy that. Molly, baby. No, this is what I'm saying now. It's time for you to start following your own judgment. Again, you got to make these decisions in life. Nobody else can make them for you. And if you decide to stay or be with somebody who truly is and has always been the perfect piece to your puzzle, don't let it be destroyed by misery, envy, jealousy, or hate. Just stay locked in because it is a team effort no matter what. Real spill, baby. And I think that's important though. Like I said, some people get caught up because they listen to everybody else's woes or listen to everybody else's situation. Or some people just listen to all the wrong advice. Not everybody that comes on these platforms are trying to give you the best advice. Some people are just talking out their ass. I'm sorry. And I'm not holding that back. You'll know when somebody is being genuine and trying to really help somebody, and when somebody is just saying something just to try to cause confusion and distraction and division. Let's keep it real. The things that you really should be worried about when it does come down to finding that other piece to your life, it should solely be on you. Because what you might want in a partner, somebody else might not want that in a partner. But again, it's solely your decision. And if some people would just wake up and realize that, I think everything else would probably be better off than what it is right now. And sad to say, if some people don't get together, I do believe in one stat that by 2034, a lot of you will be single. And it's going to be on your own behalf. Everybody else is going to basically find what they need. So, again, I think it's important for you to listen to your gut instinct when it comes down to finding somebody that's truly for you. And yeah, I just wanted to chime in with the people. And, I'm probably going to delve back on this conversation. It won't be no time soon. I feel like I've said what I really need to say today. And this is something that some people should take into consideration, but I don't expect it. And for those who do listen to it, again, can't take away from the key points that was given tonight. Actions is always going to speak louder than words. And if that person's actions is showing you that they locked in with you and that they for you have to be locked back in with them. No ifs, ands, or buts. And if that's something that you can't do, or if that's something that you won't do, then don't be searching for anything until you're able to do that. Because again, a relationship or a marriage, no matter what level you on, is still a team effort. And you have to be able to communicate and also have effective listening. Again, it's not rocket science. So I ain't gonna hold y'all all night. I gotta get back to my responsibilities. Like I said, I'm gonna delve back on this conversation. It won't be no time soon. It'll pop back up. Saturday, I'm definitely gonna do a little pre-Easter, whatever you want to call it. um, if I don't do anything tomorrow, like I said, I'll be back on Saturday. And yeah, we gonna vibe out. On a separate note, a good person brings peace, not pressure. When you bring heart, depth, and spirit to the table, it brings a deep connection to the relationship. Understanding becomes more powerful. Now you cooking on that part right there. It is facts though, because the whole goal of even building and growing with somebody is again that person has to bring you peace more than anything. But they also have to have respect all around the board. They have to respect each other's wishes, and again, just respect each other overall. Just some helpful advice for the night. Like I said, I don't delve into these convos all the time only because, like I said, my views and opinions, hey, they don't correlate with some people. And on top of that, again, what works or works for me ain't gonna work for everybody. But I'm never going to sit here and just talk about negative. You're gonna always get some positive as well too. If you got somebody that makes you laugh through the roughest time, got somebody that's there for you all around the board, mentally and spiritually, hey, you do everything in your power to again respect and love that person. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. For those that are celebrating birthdays this week, hopefully y'all enjoy your birthday weekend. Another year, another blessing around the sun. Make sure y'all making the best of that day. Love and cherish every moment of it. Hold on, I didn't forget about y'all. Forget about y'all. Second. Appreciate everybody that's been a part of the build, still becoming a part of the build. And yeah, we still gonna have these great conversations. Hold on, give me 1 second. 1 second. My bad, Dad. My bad. I think I'm having a little delay. Yeah, my bad, Dad. I was having a little delay, but again, appreciate everybody that's been a part of the build, still becoming a part of the build. And yes, we are still going to keep having these great conversations. And again, if I'm not back tomorrow, or if I'm not back tomorrow night, I will definitely be back Saturday. We gonna do it up. Always a blessing to bring something to the people, and that's what we gonna keep doing. But yeah, let me get myself up out of here. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang.